Hello and welcome to That Guy's a Maniac, the podcast DS. We are a podcast about video games. My name is Richie. With me as always is Farley, aka Kunzi11, who will say hello, explain why we are called DS, and tell you where to find us on the internet.
Hello everybody, this is Kunzi11, aka Farley. You can find us on the internet at www.thatguys.co.uk and on some of the socials at That Guy's a Maniac. All one word, all lowercase. This is That Guy's a Maniac, the podcast. DS, following the format of many Nintendo DS games, which had subtitles that began with a D and an S, such as Seiki Chizu Shiki Yume Mahida Dream Skincare. Probably one of the best skincare games for the Nintendo DS.
Oh, whoa, hold the bus there. Hold the bus?
Hold the phone.
Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I mean, that's quite a broad, sweeping statement there. Of all the skincare games out there, is Dream Skincare the best?
Seiki Chizu Shiki Yume Mahida. Yeah. Well, which skincare game do you think's better?
I mean, there's the other one.
Yeah, remind me.
Senchihiga Duga bit Dream Skincare 2.
Good. Were we really missing another kind of xenophobic Japanese joke?
No.
I don't think we were.
I muttered some syllables. I wasn't being xenophobic. I muttered some syllables.
Much like the DS, which had two screens, this podcast has two halves. The first half beginning with something with D, second one beginning with something with S, and we have a break in between. Before this season started, Richie and I thought of the number of D words and a number of S words and put those things in two separate bags. And then, as is custom, we will pick out a D and we'll pick out an S. Richie, here is the bag of Ds. Ruffle noise. Pick out a D, please.
Ruffle. Okay, and today I'm bringing out. Oh, this D has day written on it.
Day. Interesting. Diurnal, nocturnal things. We'll find out. Listen, readers, to find out more. I've got the bag of S's. Oh,
rummage noise. Some good rummage noise. Here, how come you get the rummage noises and I don't?
Oh, the bag of D's is printed on felt.
Okay.
It's really hard to get a good rustle noise.
Yeah.
I pulled an S, Richie, and it's Saint.
Saint. Any other words on that one there? Is it a particular saint?
No, we agreed it's just Saint.
Okay.
I mean, it just says Saint on this card.
Okay. we agreed. Okay, cool. Well, I have a thought. Since we've got Saint and Day.
Yeah.
Do you remember last season I did like St Andrew's Day and we did the whole Mario Kart poem done in Robbie Burns style?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we celebrate another Saint's Day? Can you think of any saints that might be appropriate for gaming?
What is coming up soon?
Well, it looks like we're nearly on October the 21st. I wonder if there's any saints on that day.
Let me just look it up. Oh, it's Saint Ursula's Day, Richie.
Saint Ursula.
Huh.
Have you ever heard of Saint Ursula before?
No. What were her works, life, and miracles?
Well, Saint Ursula was a princess. She was a princess of, and her father was King Diotinus of Cornwall.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just know this off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head. I mean, yeah. Like you asked me, you know, I'm telling you, man.
That's so specific. Yeah. Okay.
So at some point in her life, she went and set sail to meet her future husband, who was Conan Meriadoc of Amorica. Amorica is now Brittany. So like she was part of Cornwall, so she just went south directly to.
Was that like a diplomatic marriage to unite two regions and families or something?
Listen, I don't have the specifics.
Okay. This is okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's only so much detail I can go into.
So she went to Brittany. Okay. Doesn't sound particularly miraculous or sainty to me.
Well, you never asked me who she set sail with.
Who did she? What? I don't think I'd naturally ask that question anyway.
You really should, though.
Okay. Who did she set sail with?
She set sail with 11,000 virginal handmaidens.
11,000 virginal handmaidens.
Now, bear in mind that this is dated at around 380 AD.
Uh-huh.
So around that time.
Yeah.
What do you reckon the population of Britain was in 380?
12,000? I don't know.
Probably.
Do you know how many?
I have no idea. You should probably Google it whilst I
reckon across the whole of the UK, probably a couple million, maybe?
I mean, I think millions pushing it.
Okay, well, what do you say then?
I don't know. I'm gonna say 80,000. But yeah, I mean the whole point is
that's a significant.
It's a significant amount of people that claim to be virginal.
Well, it's just a significant part of your population, whatever. The fact that they're virginal, I mean, doesn't necessarily imply they're a certain age, but still,
yeah,
it's
that's
going to
true.
cause some local population growth issues.
Definitely. I mean, you're taking a big slice out of the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't imagine the virginal handmaidens came from everywhere, so maybe just the southwest.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been an actual cognitive part to think, you know what, let's get rid of the Bristol accent and let's just hope they drown at sea. Now, on that note,
yes,
the miracle was she didn't make it to Brittany because there was a storm.
Oh shit.
And it was a miraculous storm.
Hang on. How do you get 11,000 virgin handmaidens from the UK, from England, from Cornwall to France? That's got to be a fleet.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be several ships, yeah.
That's got to be one of the largest fleets of the time.
I mean, how many people do you get on one of these modern-day monster cruise ships? Certainly not 11,000.
So the newish monster cruise ship from 3 months ago holds 5,000 people.
Yeah.
It's going to be two of those.
It's going to be a fleet of virgins surrounded by seamen.
But I'm assuming...
I made a joke. Sorry, go on.
I'm assuming that the virginal handmaidens could not operate a vessel.
Well, I mean, that's a big assumption. Why do you think that? Because they're assumed to be women, or...
Well, handmaidens does imply women.
Yeah? I mean...
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but also...
I don't know the rules of the time.
No, neither do I. I'm just trying to...
But also, I think if you're the kind of person who signs up to follow your mistress, I guess, to another continent, you probably don't have shipman skills.
I don't know. Maybe she had like 40,000 virginal handmaidens to choose from, and maybe of those 11,000, some of them had shipping or boating experience. I mean, they live in Cornwall.
Do you reckon she interviewed them all?
Maybe, you know.
What skills do you have? So she put together like she put together a team.
Yeah,
a hell of a montage in the St Ursula film.
Yeah, she's got like a team of people whittling it down, sort of like X Factor editions or a Big Brother style thing. You know, like
Which is like,
yeah,
I need a geologist. I need somebody who can collect eggs.
yeah.
I need somebody who can do sewing.
And as long as they haven't been dicked down, they're allowed on board.
Yeah. Okay. Was that her full force of version of Handmaiden she took, or did she leave some in England?
Again, details. The virginal handmaidens.
Right. Okay. So she disembarked on however many vessels. Which may or may not have been driven. How'd you fucking sailed? How'd you drive a boat? Manned? Maidened?
I'm gonna say sailed.
Sailed. Some of which may or may not have been sailed by virginal handmaidens. Sailed? Floated?
Floated.
Shipped?
Set sail. Sailed too.
Sailed.
But like the captain of the boat, how does he? I think it's
more than one boat, buddy.
Yeah, no, but let's strip it down to a captain on a boat.
A captain on a boat.
Okay, and he is sailing to a place.
Yeah.
So he's sailing to it.
Yes.
So yeah, she sailed. They sailed. Everybody sailed.
Okay.
There was no driving. There was sailing.
But even if you aren't driving a boat, you're still sailing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think even if you've got like a rowing boat, you're still sailing.
No, I don't think that's sailing. No, that's rowing.
So
you don't have a sail.
But if you don't have a sail, are you sailing?
No.
And a motorboat? I don't think it's defined by the means of propulsion. I think you can be sailing. You can be a sailor, and it doesn't necessarily have to have a sail.
That is true, but I think you can also sail on like a windsurf.
Yeah.
All right. So they somehow in this fleet, now in my mind, some of the virgins are windsurfing.
Most of them are dressed by like Jean-Paul Gaultier for some reason in my head.
Okay. We've got this awesome fleet. Some are on windsurfs dressed like Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Right, and they don't make it to Brittany, and here is the miracle.
Yeah.
In a single day, they somehow managed to make it to a Gaulish port.
Uh-huh.
Now, a Gaulish port, I think in modern day, is either a Spanish or Portuguese port.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it's Gaul, like Asterix the Gauls.
Is it?
You know more about this than me.
Yeah, well, let's say it's Spanish for the sake of.
I was gonna say, because if in a day they got to France, it's like, well, it's quite easy.
Yeah, but it's a miracle because there's 11,000 of them. I don't know.
I mean, the benchmark for miracles was quite low back then.
Apparently, there was a storm, and that storm gave them a bit of a tailwind. Maybe I don't know.
It's now France, Luxembourg, Belgium, most of Switzerland, northern Italy.
What is?
Gaul.
Oh, okay, cool. In 380 AD, what was Gaul? France still. So basically, she missed Brittany and went to another bit in France. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I think maybe she just went to Brittany.
In a day.
In a day. Which you can do.
I mean, very easily. You can probably. Anyway. Right. So.
What a miraculous occurrence.
Yeah, miraculous. So, once she got to this Gaulish port, she declared that before her marriage, she was going to take a pilgrimage across Europe.
Classic. And so, hang on, this train of 11,000 virgin handmaidens.
Yeah.
It's just going to wreak a trail of economic and environmental destruction everywhere they go.
I mean, yeah, very much so. I mean, I assume they're all wearing
farmhouse.
They're all wearing white, so they've got to keep it clean as well.
Yeah, just pulling up on a farmhouse and being like, "Excuse me, I'm on a pilgrimage. Do you mind if you could spare me some hospitality?" And they go, we, madame, or they speak Gaulish, whatever Gaulish for yes is. And then she goes, oh, I've got some friends as well. And like flings open the door. And there's
11,000. There's John Paul Gaultier impressionists doing, trapeze in the background.
Yeah. Some people are carrying their windsurfs with them.
So as she traipsed around Europe, she headed.
Also, sorry, pause there. That's quite a baller move. To be like, yeah, I'll come over and marry you for whatever reason, unknown reasons. Let's say diplomatic reasons. And then as soon as you get there, I guess away from, the control of your parents, like, actually, I'm going to do a round cross-continental.
I'm going to do a gap year in Europe.
I will swear I will marry you afterwards, but
Oh yeah. Sorry, I missed your country and I went a bit south. So yeah, I'm just going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
It was a miracle, really was.
On account of my miracle.
Yeah. And she went to Rome. And the Pope of the time.
What's his name?
Syracius.
Yeah, I remember that.
Syriacus. Yeah.
Good memory.
Yeah. And he decided to join them. With Sulpicius, the Bishop of Ravenna.
Oh, right, yeah.
And they decided to continue around Europe until they got to what is now Cologne. And
lovely city.
Yeah, it's a lovely city, and in fact, there is an inscription in Cologne Platz to St Ursula. It's also where her bones are supposed to be set, or you can find them. What is it called when the
holy relics?
It's not holy relic. It's like sanctified or something like that, where you get a bit of a body.
A reliquary?
No, that's a place to put a relic. It's a something anyway. So you can find her bones there. And that is because she went to Cologne. And they met some Huns. I don't know. Is that politically correct, or is that actually?
Difficult to say.
Okay.
Disclaimer, readers. We're using terms of the time, but we don't necessarily condone or endorse.
Yes.
Such terms.
Thank you for that. And
so we don't want to insult the Huns.
No, absolutely. But basically the Huns, for some reason, beheaded all of the virgins.
Okay, well, maybe we do want to insult the Huns. Yeah.
So that's 11,000 people without a head.
I mean, that's just work by that point.
Yeah. There's no longer any fun to be had here.
Exactly. There's no creativity after the first couple of hundred, then it's just okay.
Well, I mean, I don't imagine it was like a queuing system. I imagine it was an all-out Barney.
Well, how many virgins were there? 11,000.
11,000.
How many Huns were there? Do we know?
Some.
12.
Yeah. Maybe. So that would let's say there was 11. That would mean there's 11 lines of 1,000 just waiting to be sort of executed.
I mean, you could probably take 10 or 20 by surprise, but then you think
maybe they're pretty knackered.
Yeah, to be fair, they've been carrying their windsurfs.
Yeah.
From Brittany to Germany, or wherever they end up landing.
And maybe not got the best of sleep either.
Yeah.
Because nobody's willing to put them up.
Well, that's sad. And was Saint Ursula beheaded, we think?
She wasn't beheaded, she was shot with an arrow.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And that's pretty much the end of the story.
Okay.
There's nothing more to St Ursula. I don't think she ever met her Brittany husband. Yeah.
Are there any St Ursula Day things you're supposed to do?
I don't know. Behead a virgin.
Go to France. Take a day cruise.
Take a day cruise. Take a day cruise. That's perfect.
There we go.
Yeah. Call it a miracle.
Yeah.
Which leaves us with a quandary here.
Yeah.
I've just told you the story of Saint Ursula.
Yes.
We're a video game podcast.
Yes.
What do we do?
Well, Richie, although in the historical sense, virgins are not interactive entertainment.
Okay, I'm not going to question that.
We're going to be talking about Virgin Interactive Entertainment.
Oh, that classic publisher from the early 90s.
Yes. So, for those of you who don't know, Virgin Interactive Entertainment was a video game and educational software publisher that made a few of its own titles, but also published a lot of titles from other people.
Yeah.
In Europe. So for anyone who was gaming from the 80s to the early 2000s in the UK, you all kind of have a memory of like a Virgin Interactive Entertainment flash screen at the beginning of your game, including, as we'll get onto, some quite big titles.
Yeah, I always remember that Virgin Interactive logo as being very pixely.
Yeah, it was quite pixely when we were looking at it.
Yeah.
They've been using the same logo since the 1980s. Oh.
It's okay, nothing destroyed.
Just put your hand through a window. It has kind of storied history, which I won't go into too much, but basically...
Did it involve 11,000 virgins?
It didn't involve 11,000 virgins, but it did involve 11,000 buyouts and takeovers and mergers.
God, yeah.
But everybody from Blockbuster, Viacom, Hasbro, Sega had their fingers on what was Virgin Interactive Media at one point or another. And then eventually, after final kind of sellout, it ended up as Titus. It was acquired by Titus, and then eventually this went bankrupt and kind of vanished in 2006, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what. There's probably some like video game historians out there who know this kind of thing. I don't know what happened to everything that they had, IP rights to, and where that's gone. But obviously, quite a few of the things they ended up publishing in Europe still persist today.
Yep.
And then also, if you're not from the UK, I don't know how widely you'll be aware of Virgin Group, which is kind of Richard Branson's big multimedia communication company. So there was Virgin Airlines, Virgin Trains, there was Virgin Megastores for a while, there's Virgin Space Program, so it's a very familiar kind of logo to us. Well, they don't see it much these days. I don't even know if Virgin Trains are still running, to be honest.
No.
Virgin Airlines? Maybe not.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Oh, here's a fun fact.
Yeah, tell me.
The Virgin Islands are named after St Ursula's virgins.
Oh, that is a fun fact. You'd have thought that it was Richard Branson bought them or something like that.
Maybe he did. Maybe his company. Maybe he named Virgin after this. Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
After 11,000, beheadings.
The name Virgin arose in 1970 when Richard Branson and Nick Powell formed a record shop, first as mail order and in 1970 with a physical store. They considered themselves virgins in business. There we go.
Wow, okay.
Nothing to do with St Ursula. So yeah, Virgin Interactive published a swath of games from the 1980s through to the early 2000s. As well as publishing a bunch of CD-ROM educational software type things, which is why I think Blockbuster initially was interested in them when all that stuff was taking off.
Yeah.
Their first title, from 1983, is Falcon Patrol.
Falcon Patrol.
Yeah.
Is that the same Falcon from Smash Brothers?
No, it's not.
Oh.
And their last title.
Wait a
Guess what
minute.
the last title was from 2002.
I think I know Falcon Patrol. Yeah, it's Commodore 64.
That's about. What else would it have been on back then?
Yeah, I suppose 1983. Okay, cool. Go on.
What do you reckon? Have a guess what their last title was.
2002.
2002. And it was they only had like European publishing rights for it.
2002.
Let me know when you need a clue.
I need a clue.
Fighting game.
I know they did Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, they did quite a few of the Capcom games.
Is it a Capcom fighting game? Is it a Street Fighter of some kind?
It's not a Capcom fighting game. Do you want the developer?
Sure.
Oh, you'll probably get it straight away. Arc Systems Work.
Is it a Guilty Gear?
It is.
Okay.
Care to guess the numeral?
Oh god. X.
Yes, there we go.
Is it X? No way.
Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear X.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
The anti-penultimate game was Resident Evil Gaiden.
Yeah. So that's one thing that I do remember, and that is on the Game Boy Color, that horrible pixely, Virgin Media,
like platformer, right?
No, it wasn't a platformer.
Pretty sure it was.
It was isometric almost.
Oh, yeah.
And whenever you got a zombie, it became first person.
Oh yeah, and then you had like a Gears of War.
Yeah, exactly like that.
The reload thing. Too,
yeah. It was awful. Unplayable.
Barry and Leon though.
Finally.
Yeah, I know. Have they ever met since? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I'm sure they did in like Resident Evil 6. Did not everybody meet up, or
no?
Like Barry's dead or something?
No, Barry wasn't in that. He was in Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Oh, there's a Revelations?
Yeah. Really good games. You should play them.
Right. Okay. Cool. So, under the guise of Virgin Interactive, what are your earliest Virgin Interactive games that you remember?
I clearly remember Resident Evil.
Of course, yeah.
The original Resident Evil. And Resident Evil 2? No?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Resident Evil 3. Nemesis. Apparently that was only the European Dreamcast version. I swear that was the PlayStation version as well.
Oh yeah.
It's when Capcom had their
yeah, the spinning logo, yeah.
The spinning logo with all the connected boxes.
Yeah. I think my earliest memories, and I don't even know where they're from, but it's always in the Mega Drive.
Oh, yeah.
I remember like plugging in the cartridges, and it would be a Mega Drive game, probably something that is a tie-in, a movie tie-in, like a RoboCop, or one of the other Batman. You know what I mean? Like the what was the name of the actual one that we were talking about the other day there? Do you know what I mean?
What,
Acclaim.
Oh, Acclaim.
Yeah, like those kind of Acclaim style games. Always Virgin, like putting in a Mega Drive cartridge, and there would be like Virgin Interactive would come up, and it would be like a movie tie-in or something along those lines. And again, probably just very, very bad memories from my side.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm so glad that went somewhere.
I think Aladdin and Earthworm Jim are the two from the Mega Drive, which I remember.
Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is cancelled now. And Beneath the Steel Sky, of course.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, that crazy opening with the crazy guy. Yeah. No, I remember that now.
The crazy opening with the crazy guy.
Yeah. It's like literally, it's like a druid, crazy madman, and it's all noirish, the way he's speaking and stuff like that.
I'm looking at it now. I'm gonna watch it now.
Don't watch it now. It's quite long. And it's done like a comic book sort of thing.
6 minutes 41. There it is. Virgin Interactive Entertainment. Yeah, it's particularly.
Yeah.
Revolution Software. They still going?
I've no idea. Is it worth us watching you listen? In fact, you know what? We're going to call it a break. Break time.
Is it break time?
It is break time.
Break time.
Break time.
Welcome, everybody, to the middle of the podcast. How's it going? Running out of steam? Yes, it is. But we've got a second half.
I mean, you're watching YouTube videos in the middle of the podcast.
The Virgin Interactive never did anything creative with the. Do you remember DreamWorks games?
Yeah, and like you would get like some kind of ominous thing in the background or shadows or of something to do with the game. Yeah.
So you'd have the little boy on the moon.
Yeah.
With his fishing rod, and sometimes like a T-Rex would eat him. They published the Medal of Honor games. I think one time he kind of jumps off in a parachute and gets caught on the moon with a parachute. Yeah,
but Virgin Interactive. It was pixely, it was red, and it was white. That was it.
Yeah, but I do appreciate it. They didn't make a big fuss. It wasn't an animated logo. It was just bunk.
Yeah. Mainly probably because in every other territory around the world, it wasn't published by Virgin Interactive, so they just have one bitmap, the file that they have to put in, and that is it.
They've got you can insert one JPEG.
Yeah.
And there's only 125k left on the disc, which is why it was so pixelated.
Right.
Anyway.
Stop. What do we do now that there's a break?
Now that there's a break, welcome to the middle of the podcast where we say goodbye to the first half of the podcast and we get hyped for the second half of the podcast. But as part of that, we have a mid-podcast ultimate video game trivia quiz where we ask each other 2 questions about video games.
Yeah.
Are you going to do your bit? We say, are you ready? Are you hyped? Are you set?
Sure, okay. Right, Farley, you ready? Are you hyped? Are you set? Are you going to answer some fucking questions?
Questions!
Answer the fuck out of them!
Good questions!
Right. Okay, are you ready? Okay, good.
Good questions!
Which unreleased video game project by Cloud Imperium Games reached $200 million in crowdfunding in November 2018?
Which
unreleased video game project by Cloud Imperium Games.
I don't know off the top of my head, Richie, so I'm gonna fish for some clues. Was it a game that was clearly too close to somebody else's IP, so they ended up cancelling it?
I don't know. I'll be very honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't even know of this game.
Okay, well, it never came out, so I was thinking maybe
I've just done
Imperium,
a quick Google.
Star Wars, could be like a Final Fantasy VII remake.
I think it is actually been released.
Oh, video games, ultimate video games trivia! You've let us down.
Yeah, so I'm just having a little look into This it has the developer is Cloud Imperium. Other people have bought this thing over. It's now on Windows. It is an MMO. It's space trading and combat, first-person shooter.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, you got a lot of buzz. I've never heard of this game. If you
just millions of people investing in something.
Right. I think I'm just gonna try and give you clues to try and guess the name without any.
Like Parcheesi or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. So
fine.
If you lived on the sun, you would be a.
Oh man, I can't believe that's the clue you're giving. Come on, no. I know what the word is, but you have to give me a better clue. It's more thematic to the podcast.
What? Oh god. Okay. If you if you were part of a special tactics and reconnaissance.
If you were the nemesis and you killed all but one member.
If you if you were the nemesis and you lived somewhere.
Yeah.
What would you be? I can't believe you know the name of the fucking thing.
No, I only know Star Resident.
No.
Resident.
If you were the person that lived there, what would you be?
Star Pioneer. Star King.
No.
Star Shadow.
Star
Lords.
You are a resident.
Yes, resident.
But maybe you live in a city. You would be then
Star Citizen.
Yeah, well done, Farley, for getting that one. Have you heard of Star Citizen?
I have, but in my mind, it was something like, what's one of those life sims that everybody goes nuts for?
EVE Online or
no, like Animal Crossing or Harvest Moon.
Second Life. Oh yeah.
What's it called? Well, I don't know. That's obviously why I think this game is that.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know, I went to the photographer gallery. They have an exhibition on the... It's a really sad exhibition. It's on the collapse of video game worlds.
Oh, I fucking love that stuff, man.
Yeah, it's just one room. But basically, it's got, like, the dying moments of certain like MMOs, and it's like everybody saying goodbye, bye. And all. It's at the Photographer's Gallery in Oxford Street.
Right. Okay.
Or just off Rockford Street, Ramesses Court or something like that.
I'm gonna try and go there because when it happens, and someone posts a video of like the last 3 minutes of whatever, and it's everyone making these big speeches. Thanks everyone. I made some lifelong friends, and although we won't see each other anymore, we'll always have.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even that. It was just like
Star Citizen.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like loads of people were just in a town area, and they're all like, "GG, it's been fun. Hop on," all this sort of stuff. And then the next screen you see is the server. There's a disconnect from the server, or you've been disconnected from the server, and then like, that's so sad because that's the point where somebody's just like pulled the lever, those classic old 1920s electric chair levers.
No, it's where the ombudsman have come in with their axes, and they've pushed the little nerd who's protecting the servers out of the way. And they're just axing through the cable. No, the Star Citizens.
and the servers actually start bleeding.
Because although those moments, for a lot of people who are obviously heavily invested in these games, meet their partners and life mates and lose friends through them. It's really, really this momentous occasion in the same way that, a housing block getting torn down or whatever. The reality of it is so often it's because it's normally some shitty MMO. There's like a screen where you can't really work out what's going on because all you can see is people's avatars' names hovering above the nets of everyone clipping into each other. with 43 UI elements covering everything.
So one of them was Club Penguin. Have you ever heard of this? Yeah.
That's popular,
Yeah. I'd never heard of it, but yeah, that was the hop on reference I was making.
Okay.
Yeah, quite sad.
There are some games, I can't remember which one, which are a bit more creative about their endings, I think.
Yes, there was one where they basically scorched Earth, the entire place, and it was just asteroids that were flying down, and then eventually you got the PlayStation. The servers can no longer be reached.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think those endings are the best.
Yeah. Right. On that melancholic note, I think
Star Citizen
Star Citizen what?
Coming out?
Oh, I stopped looking into it. I stopped reading it. I think it is out. I think people play it.
It's in development. I think it's one of those. It's going to be in beta for the next 25 years.
Yeah.
Job is.
But it seems that people have played it. There is reviews and stuff like that.
It's a space sim. You didn't say this.
You never asked.
You said it was a first-person shooter.
Space trading and combat and first-person shooter.
It's gorgeous.
But yeah, it's the highest funded crowdfunding project or something.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
People
Cool.
just want space games.
Yeah, I hate space games.
I love space games.
Mass Effect shite.
What if the spaceship was a dragon?
Yeah, that'd be better.
Instead of aliens, it was dwarves and elves and shit.
Yeah, perfect. And instead of space, it's a Middle Earth.
Maybe if I give Star Citizen enough money on crowdsourcing thing, they'll release a skin where you can turn it into a fancy MMO.
Perfect.
Just reskins everything.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as Dragon Age and Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Yep, just do that.
Yeah, just do that, and then Richie will play it. Great, I got a question for you.
Okay,
It's
give me a question.
Fucking easy. I'm gonna ask it and then I'll give you another one because that's ridiculous. Which former Gears of War studio do I need to?
Gearworks.
Is the developer for the 2017 game Fortnite Battle Royale?
Is it not Gearworks?
I think you do this every time.
Oh.
Gearworks did not make Gears of War.
Oh, okay.
They both have gear in the title.
Yeah, Epic.
Yes, there's Epic Games. Okay, fine.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I love it if that was the case. Fine.
So fucking easy.
Well, every episode you keep talking about. Well, you haven't done for a while. The Epic Games Store, Epic Store, Epic.
I don't think. I feel like I don't associate the two. I don't think of Epic Games Store as anything to do with like Gears of War or Epic Studios.
It's weird, isn't it? Yeah. Or that Gears of War and Fortnite share a developer.
Yeah. I mean, like, have you ever played Fortnite?
No.
Yeah.
God,
No.
Have you ever seen it? Have you ever watched it?
I've seen it.
I'm sure. We're not being controversial for the sake of it. I'm sure if you have ADHD and you're young and you don't like your game looking good, it's fine. But if you watch 5 minutes of gameplay, it's the most insane, like,
Nonsense.
two people meet, build a tower and kind of take a tower apart, and they're just building towers and shooting each other's towers. It's kind of crazy. I did a deep dive on the Fortnite story.
Oh god, there's Fortnite story?
Yeah, it's crazy and it's kind of good as well. There's this epic story they tell over the seasons, and because they have all these big license crossovers, Dragon Ball and Marvel,
yeah,
they kind of play into it. But yeah, it has really cool things with like secret missile. These like I'm sure WoW has it. There's these events where something will appear and then everyone's kind of trying to break the scenery to look into it, and then after a while it will change or it will move. Yes,
that's good. That's very cool stuff.
Yeah, there's like an asteroid, and then it's like frozen in time.
But they take their servers offline as well, don't they? So it's just like, yeah, it's not going to be available for a week.
Yeah,
come back in a week. That's bold. That is bold.
Oh, no. But
it's like having a break during a podcast or something like that.
But yeah, no, it's as much as old farts like you and I might write it off because it's super popular and we don't understand it. The story is.
I'm surprised there's a story. That's all. Yeah.
Man, 4 seasons of it. I think it's now 5 seasons of it. It's good stuff.
How about Minecraft? Have you ever deep dived that?
Oh, I've tried. I've bounced off that so many times because they released a couple of those story games. There was a Telltale Minecraft game.
Yeah.
And then there was a Netflix interactive thing. Like a choose your own adventure thing, and I couldn't get past 2 minutes of it. Horrible.
I was playing with Doppelganger, playing actual Minecraft,
wow.
the original game.
Yeah.
It's an interesting game. Well, no, I mean it's good. There's a lot to do it. I think it's overwhelmingly huge as well.
Yeah. But there's a magical formula about it because young children in particular, and through to adulthood, just absolutely fucking love it. And there's nothing worse than when you go over and see your friend's kids. There's nothing worse. No, when you get to your friend's kids and have the vague notion that you play video games. Like, oh, do you want to play Minecraft? Yeah, well, fine, okay. I wouldn't choose to, but fine. And then playing Minecraft just involves you sitting there watching them
make chickens,
show you some
make eggs,
shit thing you built, and then falling in some lava. All right, okay. Well, no, I've got to show you this. Just none of it's interesting. None of it's interesting. I got some diamond art. Who cares? Do you want to see my Pokedex? Got a living Pokedex. Yeah.
I'll show you a real man.
Yeah. You want to spend 3 hours talking you through every single Pokemon? Fine, here we go. There's Bulbasaur. Here's Eevee. Yeah. Something about it. But I think I missed the boat, and then now it just has no appeal for me whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think the freedom of it is also a bit intimidating.
It is really intimidating, and also I know that there's like things that happen. There are you capture villagers and you get villagers to do things, and they learn stuff for you, and then you can do things where you can what I was talking about, the chicken farms. So you you get a chicken, it'll make an egg, and that egg will automatically go to a thing, and then you'll have, I don't know, mayonnaise at the other end. It's fucking, it's really, really imposing. When all I know about that game is hit the brick. I can turn the brick into armor now. Great.
Yeah.
And then I think I dug down, and then Doppelganger was just pure, you're in the deep dark. You don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. This is scary. It was this is cool and scary and deep and dark. Why do I not want to be here? Because I'll die, basically.
How'd you die in the deep dark?
From bad men.
Oh shit! The bad men in the deep dark?
There's bad men in the deep dark.
Oh fuck, man. Kids play this game?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a life lesson.
I don't think it's bad men as in
Nonsense.
It's not where all the nonsense live,
I think adults of the world would have had something to say about it.
Yeah. Also, I was the 40-year-old guy playing Minecraft.
Oh, you were the Batman.
So let's not go down that path. Let's not go down that path.
Some other kid was I was playing Minecraft the other day, and I was in the deep darkness. Some old guy going, "What am I doing down here?" What's so bad about it, kid? What am I doing? Do you have a second question for me?
Yes, I do. Right. Question number 2.
Yeah.
Braced, ready? You're gonna answer the fucking fuck out of this question, man.
I'm gonna answer the bejesus out of this question, yes.
Okay. Alright, keep it PC. The Virtual Boy
Yes.
was released in 1995 by Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
It was an early attempt at VR.
Yeah. Jeez, what's the question? You're just giving all the information, yeah?
Only capable
Nintendo.
of a monochrome display.
Right.
What was the colour displayed?
The colour display was red.
Correct!
Yes!
Boom!
Have you ever played a Virtual Boy?
Nope.
No. Any desire to?
No.
Apparently it just gives you headaches, right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with all sort of AR related shenanigans. So I'll pass on it. I find it very weird. I tried VR on my phone.
Oh yeah. Is that where you'd stick a thing and it holds it to your face?
Yeah, and you can do VR related things, and your eyes adjust, and because phones have got really, really good screens, it's not too bad. It's it's a little pixely, but you get the idea. And all I'm very, very aware of is how claustrophobic I become.
Somebody could be trying to touch your willy.
Yeah. The bad men in the deep dark.
ever since he played Minecraft, he doesn't like his VR sets anymore.
No, but it is very claustrophobic. You're in that world, despite your being able to see everywhere, and wow, I can move my head, and everything is that's cool. But at the same time, you're just am I gonna step on the cat? Am I gonna kick a table? Am I gonna or
and you do all that stuff without.
I know. I know.
The only safe way for Richie to play VR is if you put him inside a Zorba ball, and even then.
Yeah, sir, how did you end up with a chair leg through your spleen?
I was playing Minecraft VR and dug too deep. No, I know what you mean. In the handful of times I've played VR, I think it's too real. You're too in the game.
Have you seen?
I don't like it.
Have you seen the Apple one?
I have not seen the Apple one.
So I think that was a month ago. It was announced. It's very impressive. So it actually gets round that claustrophobia by if somebody is near you, you will see a person, an avatar, come to you.
Okay.
And it's really creepy because if 3 people are looking and talking at you, it'll look like it is looking. It'll sort of recreate your eyes on the outside of it, and it'll look like it's looking directly at each one of those people independently.
What if you're sat at home on your own playing VR, and then it keeps making it look like someone's in the room, and you take your VR headset off and there's no one there?
Then you have the haunted Apple headset.
Do you carry on playing VR? Or do you go to bed and put the covers over your head?
You get an exorcist round on that fucking VR headset. And yeah, scary shit. Oh, playing Silent Hill. Can you imagine the room?
No, don't. I've relayed this story in the podcast. I played Resident Evil 7 at the Capcom Cafe in Japan using a headset. After an incredibly rich Capcom themed meal, and it's horrible, physiologically horrible. I found it.
Yeah, pretty nasty.
You are in this horrible mansion with a really bad man chasing you around, trying to punch you and kill you. Yeah. Can you imagine that? I just spent 300 quid on a virtual reality headset to play Resident Evil Village, where I just stand in a cupboard screaming baby. And that's it. That's the experience.
Yeah. And 300 quid is pretty cheap, to be honest.
Yeah, and I was thinking, do you know what? I'm feeling a little bit kind of calm and together at the moment. That will shake me up. I know what.
How about some claustrophobia and some raw visceral fear?
How about giant melting baby simulator? Yes. No, my nerves are tattered. I really shit my sofa. Can't do one. Yeah, you can have that. You can have that on the back of the box quote. Do you need a second question? I think you do.
I do, yeah.
Harvested from sea slugs, which genetic altering substance serves as the catalyst for a civil war in the 2007 game BioShock?
I've no idea. It's BioShock by Gearbox.
No. BioShock is by Shock System Games because you can only make games with part of your company name in the
yes, exactly. So BioBox, the sea slug creates
a substance.
Fluid.
You're calling it fluid?
Yeah.
It's called Adam.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah, that's what the little sisters and big daddies are after, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't know it came from sea slugs though.
No, me neither.
Every day's a school day, and with that, it's the end of break time.
So this break time,
yeah,
was 25 minutes.
Yes.
Now, I like this thematically.
Yes.
Because what happened to St Ursula?
She was shot and all her virgins were beheaded.
No. Before that, the nice bit. She was swept off course. And I kind of feel that's what's happened to this podcast. Yes. You know? And it's a miracle because I think it's turned out quite well.
That is a miracle because it started off very badly.
Very badly. I mean, it started off with me basically reciting a Wikipedia page on Saint Ursula.
Wow, that wasn't from your head.
Oh, shit. Oh,
magic of theatre.
Shit.
Magic of theatre. Of the mind.
Are we allowed to do this? Are we allowed to meta review the episode we've just done on the episode?
No.
Okay, yeah, I thought not. That's a bit weird. Let's get back on course. Back to Brittany. Is there any other honourable mentions from the Virgin Interactive that you want to talk about in any way?
Well, looking through the list, down the list, right?
Okay, I'm gonna get the list.
Yeah, get the list down. There's some amazing titles, but occasionally there's a thing that goes around social media, a meme,
Mimi,
about how there are surprising things which happened about the same time.
Okay.
You know, so I don't know. Oxford University existed at the same time as the Byzantine, blah blah blah. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And looking down this list, here's something that's broken my mind a little bit. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was published by Virgin Interactive Entertainment in 2000.
Okay.
Whereas I could have sworn JoJo's Bizarre Adventure wasn't a thing until 2018.
I tend to agree with you.
23 years old. At least, I mean,
it's a 98 1998 video game. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I know, and it's from 1993. So yeah, it's quite an old series.
Yeah, I didn't know. It doesn't quite have the same status as the other big ones.
Yeah, but it certainly doesn't. But I've heard of it. I know it's something to do with musicians, but.
Oh, you'd love it. I think you should watch it.
Oh no, yeah. Listen, I've got One Piece. I'm still 1,000 episodes deep.
Man, you can pause One Piece. It'll still be there and unfinished by the time you get back.
But JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. How many episodes does it have?
The anime.
Okay, so the manga started in 1987 for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Fuck.
Yeah.
How weird.
It makes sense. The art style looks like it's those 80s.
It does, but I thought it was being retro. That's just when it was coming out.
Yeah.
Oh well. We all have blind spots. Double Dragon 2.
All right. Hey, sorry. Back to the Virgin Interactive. Yeah. Double Dragon 2. We were back at the start. Cannon Fodder.
Great.
Yeah.
Kind of a Chuck Rock.
Chuck Rock. I have a lot. That's probably the one that I can think of when playing the Genesis Mega Drive. Virgin Interactive.
It was Chuck E-Rock.
Chucky Rock is a different game.
No.
Yeah. Or Chucky Egg you're thinking of.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chucky Egg video game. Very, very old.
Chucky Egg.
Yeah.
Is it even related?
No, not at all.
Wow.
But Chucky Egg's kind of revered as a game, so it's probably why you're mixing the two up.
I've never played Chucky Egg. I've only played Chuck.
It's one of these things that exists in the social consciousness. You will, even though you've not played it, you know the name Chucky Egg. People talk about it. You gain knowledge about it through Twitter or whatever.
No, that's Chucky Egg. I thought it was somewhere. It was Chuck E, the letter E, as in like a mid initial rock.
Chuck E. Rock. Okay.
Which is Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, all right. Well, I've confused all three of those my entire life.
Awesome. I think you've survived quite well. It's not a breaking mistake.
Now, here's a game I wish I'd played in 1991. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
See, this is what I'm saying. Fucking movie tie-ins. That's all it is.
I wonder what kind of game that was. Willing to bet what kind of game it was?
What system was it on?
NES.
It's going to be a Link clone.
Yeah, it's like a Legend of Zelda 2 clone.
Yeah.
So there's top-down sections and then there's sword fighting section.
Brilliant.
I'm looking at the screenshots. I bet it was fucking hard.
Yeah, I guarantee it's one of those games you just
impossible.
Yeah. You just spend so long on.
Yeah.
And never ever.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a digital version of what's the song?
Oh God, Bryan Adams.
Yeah.
I want to say "I Will Always Love You," but it's not. It's
no. I thought the other one is another big one.
Take My Breath Away. No.
My Heart Will Go On.
Oh, fuck.
Don't want to close my eyes. What was it? He's in the charts of
forever
fucking weeks.
Yeah. Forever. Everything I do.
Yes.
There we go. There we go. Oh wow.
Jimmy White's Whirlwind Snooker.
Oh God.
They did all the Jimmy White games.
Yeah. And Jimmy snorted cocaine off of all of them. MC Kids.
What a segue. What a segue out of a horrible joke.
Yeah.
Whoa. MC Kids.
MC Kids. That's McDonald Lands. Or McDonald's Land. That game.
McDonald Land.
Yeah, we've talked about it before.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. Let's continue reading game names off of this list.
Well, listen. Here's three bangers for you.
Dune.
Alien.
Dune 2.
Alien 3, Dune, and Dune 2. Yeah. Great game.
Yeah. The solid. Like Dune 2 was amazing. Like I played that game so many times. Yeah. I don't really have much more to say.
So I thought you were going for I played it so many times, my
No.
spice became a...
Yeah, no, I think it's more it hit me in the nostalgia of thinking, oh yeah, I remember playing and enjoying this game, and I remember like getting into Dune and reading. Did you ever read Dune?
No, it's one of those things I didn't really understand, and a lot of friends my age were discovering it around them because the film was a little bit violent and a little bit weird.
That was David Lynch. It was fucking mental, yeah.
So it's kind of like a cult thing to be into when, you have sleepovers with your mates. Oh, should we watch... Someone we were watching like Evil Dead, all of those films.
Yeah, Naked Lunch.
Yeah, I just never made it through that film.
I quite like the David Lynch version. I think it's fine.
We recently watched it before going to see the new one, part 1.
Yeah.
And there is a lot to like about it. I was very not nostalgic because I hated it when it came out.
Yeah.
Not nostalgic, but there's something like, they don't make really fucking slow movies like this anymore. In a good way, not in a bad way.
No, it's slow and it just reeks of the 80s as well, and it goes mental. Like, it is really, really, like, I think there's a special time for sci-fi in the 80s. Have you ever seen Krull?
Yes, yeah.
I really want to see Krull. Like, it sounds amazing. It's like medieval people meet people from the future and pretend it's not Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, this sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And everybody's got the proper 80s makeup and hairdos and stuff like that.
But anyway, so when you were playing Dune, I imagine around when it came out, 1992?
No. I'd have probably been 1992. Yeah. I'd probably about 90, 93, 94.
And then off the back of enjoying the games, did you read Dune and watch the movie?
Read the book. I'm going to say I read the book.
Yeah.
I did read it. I don't think I understood any of it. It's a very, very, very hard read. So I was excited because it's like,
when's the bit where you make bases? Oh
no. It was more kind of like, I've got this book. It's a $5. It's massive. This is going to be a great read.
Yeah.
Everybody speaks so highly of it.
Yeah.
You open it and it's already fucking tiny writing. Oh, no. One of those books is just like, shit, this is tiny.
Can't do with tiny writing.
And it makes you, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it makes me feel stupid because it's one of those ones where I've read that page.
Yeah.
I don't think I understood any of that page. No. I'm going to have to go back and reread it. I feel like I've read Dune twice. And honestly, I can tell you nothing about that book.
A character will pop up. And you get, who's that guy again?
No, I think when a character turns up, you get his backstory. And then you have to come back to the fucking plot again.
Prince Balthazar turns up. Who's that?
Yeah.
Chuck Rock 2, Son of Chuck.
Yeah.
Superman, Man of Steel.
Is that not the Henry Cavill film? Not Henry Cavill, it's the other one, isn't it?
Christopher Reeves.
No.
It's
the one that's got Kevin Costner in it.
That one doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. That's how bad that game was.
Alright, okay.
Cool Spot.
Cool Spot, there we go. Yeah. Always have to bring up Cool Spot at some point. Command and Conquer.
Command and Conquer. Outstanding game. Doom 2. Hell on Earth.
I knew that.
What's Hell on Earth? Is it like a 2+? No, it is just Doom 2.
It's just Doom 2. It's the tagline.
Okay, PC version with Virgin Interactive.
Yeah, and in fact, I bought it in a Virgin store on Oxford Street.
Fuck, man. Did you take a Virgin train to get
there? Sure.
Yes. Can't do that anymore. Kids these days can't do that anymore.
No, they don't care. They've got their Fortnites and their Minecraft.
Super Bomberman 3.
What else did I see on here? I saw Super Puzzle Fighter. There's quite a few Capcom.
Yes.
A lot of Capcom, in fact.
Fighter
Mega Man
2.
X3.
Broken Sword. I remember that. Having a Virgin.
Yeah!
I appreciate this is very interesting.
From Demo 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever played of that game.
Street Fighter EX2 Plus, Street Fighter Alpha, Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, see, I knew it. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah.
Cool. Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Dino Crisis 2. So much Capcom. All Capcom, in fact.
Yeah.
And there's Jimmy White's Cue Ball. No way.
Rival Schools.
Jimmy White's 8 Ball. Rival Schools. Oh, cool. Is that... Have we talked about Rival Schools having a sequel or something like that?
I don't know.
But they turned up in that game that you liked on the Wii or something like that.
Yes, and I think they're in that gacha game you like.
Are they? I don't think so.
No, because it's a Sega gacha game. Oh no, that's the other gacha game you like.
It's Namco versus Capcom.
Surely, what's the name of the main guy? Baku or something's in it. They'd be very hard to spot as from Rival Schools because they're just people, unless it's like the golf girl.
I think you're right, actually. Rival Schools. But yeah, anyway. Yes, in fact, definitely. Just looking at the cover, he is in that great game that has nothing to do with gacha in any fashion.
Gacha game. Bloody Roar 2.
Yeah, Bloody Roar 3, in fact, as well. That's what I've got open. I love Bloody Roar. It was a good...
Bloody Roar was Alice the rabbit. It's just brilliant.
Yeah. Great stuff.
You're a fighting person, you then turn into an animal person.
Codename Outbreak. Ukrainian developer.
Project Justice.
Oh, that's Rival Schools too. Okay. Yeah, this isn't interesting anymore. Shall we stop? Do you want to name a few more games on this list?
No, that's all the good ones.
Yeah. Okay, let's go out with a whimper.
Yeah, like St Ursula and her virgins.
Oh no, I see the Huns.
Oh look,
an arrow.
I wonder what those chaps are up to.
Yeah. Okay, that guy's a maniac.
Why'd you bite me?